In this video, I'll be quickly talking about Photoshop actions. I have a set of Photoshop actions that you can use, which will speed up the process of editing the photos. So in Photoshop, I've loaded the actions, and there are 4 distinct sizes that Scenic Gems uses. So I've just got a random image here to use, and running this action will readjust the canvas size to this size, and it will do a few other things which I'll show you here. So just make it a bit larger. We've set it up, or I've set it up as a smart filter, so that upon resizing, the image quality is maintained whether it's large or small. So that can be resized and the image quality is still there. I've also got a Smart Sharpen layer on it, and so the Smart layer is at 0.5, usually at around about 400. It's a good starting point for sharpening the image. I find that that works for the majority of the images, but you can tweak that. And I also have the lighten blending option on the sharpening layer. I find that seems to work well when the sharpening is working with a lighten blending mode. If you sharpen images another way, feel free to remove that, but I find it very effective. See how you go. The next thing that the image has had applied are watermarks. So, one second, I've moved the image. Okay, so you can see a watermark on the left and the right. Now the website only requires a watermark either on the left or the right, and the default position is the left. If for some reason there's something distracting in the way and you can't quite see the wording, or it's a big open space of sand, for whatever reason you think that it might look better on the right, that's why the right watermark is there. There is also a drop shadow applied to the watermarks, ready to go, and for most images that works quite well. With each image that you get, you feel free to go in and tweak it. If it was all white sand, the drop shadow might stand off too much, so you could, well, not white sand, because then you wouldn't see that, so you might need more drop shadow. If it was red sand, for instance, maybe the Scenic Gems logo is standing off quite well, so feel free to tweak the watermark. That's about it, really, for editing, or what this action does. There's a few things to get it working though, to set it up. So in here you'll see place and place. These will throw up an error when you try to run the action for the first time. Actually, before I talk about that, I need to show you where the action is, where to bring it in. So first thing to do is to load the action. So when you load the action, you'll be going to the pCloud Drive folder, which looks like this. And in the resources folder, you'll find software resources, and in Adobe settings, Scenic Gems Photoshop actions. So that's the action to bring in. Once you've brought that action in, as I said, the 2 watermarks, place and place, they need to be put on your machine somewhere. They won't work off a network drive. So you simply double click on them and go to the pCloud Drive, Resources, Files, Software Resources, Smart Objects, and there they are there, the various sizes, and bottom left, bottom right. The 1093 by 598 only has a bottom left. I pretty much never use the right, so I don't have one for 1093 by 598. Just finally, I'm on a Scenic Gem page, and the convention was not to put a scenicgems.com watermark on the top image. We're putting the watermark on the top image now. The images you'll notice, so for a left-hand image, the watermark is on the left. In the middle, it could be on the left or the right, and on the right, it's on the right. This is called the overview section with the 7 images. Also, images on the right have the watermark on the right. On the left here, this one doesn't have a watermark on it because this is not our image. This is a tourism board's image, so we don't put watermarks on these images. That will be just defined in the brief, but otherwise you will have an indication as to where the images are on the left or the right, and the watermarks need to be in the appropriate places. So here you can see it defaults to the left on these images. That's not our image. There's one on the right because it's a right-hand image, and this one's on the left, and so forth.